Cal Overman.
Billy Phillips.
All right, guys. What did y'all think about Ole Miss sponsoring a parade down Bill Street yesterday before the game?
Well, personally, this is Memphis, not Ole Miss, and I don't think that they would appreciate us going to Oxford and doing a parade in their downtown. That's just the way I feel about it. I thought it was crap.
They already had enough fans there, and for them to have a parade downtown, and like Cal said, they wouldn't want us doing it there. And the fact that Bill Street even let them do a parade on Bill Street in Memphis was not a very good idea, especially, like I said, they had so much representation already that it was actually another ego booster. They already knew they were, they were already chosen to win. So
right. So what do you think about the city of Memphis allowing it? Because it had to have been passed.
It was definitely non-supportive towards our team, and I'm sure that's noticed by fans and players of the school that it wasn't very supportive of the city to let them have a parade, knowing it's a home game.
Right.
And I just don't see why Memphis did it anyway. That's just like putting down our team and letting them come in and try to take over. I don't agree with that at all.
All right. And what about, you mentioned something earlier about the how it was predominantly red in the stadium. How do you feel about that? About student wise?
It was. If you looked over in the visitor section, you saw just a giant red sheet covering the stadium from top to bottom. I mean, yeah, we covered the majority of the stadium with blue, but you always have the red sprinkled in. They had a huge showing, even compared to us. It's huge showing, especially for being an away game for them. They covered the stadium, and even when you saw blue, there was always the red.
Exactly. There was even red mixed in with the blue, and to me, yeah, they're number 8 in the nation right now, and Ole Miss is only like an hour away anyway, so I expected there to be a lot of fans there, but I totally expected more blue to be there. Like, the upper parts of the stadium weren't filled. The student section was packed, which was a good turnout, but as far as Memphis fans, I just didn't feel like that the team, or I felt like that the fans didn't really have much to support the team this year for the Ole Miss game. I remember my freshman year when we played them at home. It was the biggest crowd ever, and that was my very first football game I ever went to in college, so I was kind of disappointed.
So you were more disappointed with the way our fans fell through rather than,
Right.
stepping up to be the team that's,
Right.
recognized.
Even if we were playing the number 1 ranked team, I would expect you and all the Memphis fans to be supportive of your home team, which was not something that I felt happened.
What about, you guys went tailgating, right?
We did.
Absolutely.
What about a lot of red being in the tailgate?
There was.
as well?
They definitely took over most of Toby Field. If you went even to walk from one tailgate to another tailgate, you're going to pass Ole Miss fans, and so just letting them take over our area, they pretty much took over the entire stadium area of Memphis. So the entire Liberty Bowl was covered in red, tailgating was covered in red, everything you turned you saw red. And like Cal said, you can't really blame that on them. They were supporting their team, and that's exactly what we should have been doing. If we would have made the turnout to support our team, it would have been predominantly blue, and the red would not have covered as much.
Right. One last question. Do you feel that there's any way for the school to change that? No, they can't regulate who's in Toby Field and whatnot, but as students, we should have felt that, we should have made our presence known, right? And gotten them out of there?
Right. Yesterday was the most Greeks I've seen out in a long time. Yeah, our school is only like 12% Greek when Ole Miss is probably 70 or 80. I felt that Ole Miss had way more Greeks there than we did, and of course they had almost as many fans, if not more than we did, and I just thought that just made our school look bad. And like I said, our Greek system is small. I think that more people should have gone to the game, because I heard a lot of people saying, oh, we're not going to the game, we're going to get beat anyway. That's not supporting your team.
Despite the Greek system, I mean, the school, like you said, you wanted to know what the school could do better. They could have promoted the game more. Being a bigger commuter school, there were probably students that were irrelevant. I mean, they had no idea that we even had a game. And so, especially being on Sunday, it was in a different time than most games. More students should have came out, but if the school would have promoted the game more and made it more known that there was a game, you might have had a bigger turnout from the students at the university.
And maybe some of those students got upset, along with other fans, about the parade downtown.
Absolutely.
sorry, one more thing. How did you feel about the student section change?
That was total crap. I hated where we were sitting. We were not even by, we weren't, yeah, we were near the field goal and all that stuff, but we weren't behind it like we usually are. I just felt like out of place when I was there. Yeah, it might be a bigger section over there, but it just didn't seem right, and I totally do not like where it is now.
It's not a recognizable student section. Most people know we're known for sitting in that one end zone, and for changing it, people didn't realize that we had moved, so it might have not been as obvious. I'm sure we'll get used to it like any change, but being such a large number crowd, it was kind of a huge adjustment. A lot of people were lost. Some people probably got a little frustrated with it.
Right. All right, guys. Thank y'all.